Sorry, everybody. Kevin's just getting up off his knees.
Thank you very much. That's
No.
ridiculous. All right.
All right, this is Jason from Jason's Exotic Reptiles with Kevin McCurley again from New
Fruit
England
Fly
Reptile.
Master.
Fruit Fly Master from New England Reptile Distributors. And we're going to talk, this is video number 6. I think video number 6. These might be out of order. We're going to talk about incubating water monitor eggs, which seems to be a topic that's coming up, at least how Kevin does it. There's probably all different ways that you can successfully incubate water monitors, but I know that's a question that keeps getting asked from miscellaneous people. And Kevin,
So the
does all
egg
that
comes
stuff.
out of its butt.
Egg
I
comes
put
out.
it in a box. Yo, dude, we haven't even been talking about the jabroni reptiles.
we haven't. No
Yo.
jabroni reptiles in this subject yet.
Okay, all right.
We can do jabroni reptiles and moose milk. We'll cover all those
Yo,
topics.
yo, dude, you're looking extra moosey.
You like that?
I'm all like emaciated.
That's because he's vegan.
I'm vegan.
He's vegan.
What? I'm doing a video. Yeah. Cool. See you. Okay. So, anyways, we're getting. This is.
Some of these?
Yeah. Pull out some. Pull out. You can pull out Littlefoot right there. Okay. So we're gonna talk about basically monitor egg incubation, and here's a clutch of eggs that's basically incubating. Monitor eggs are incredibly sensitive. So if we're talking about monitor eggs versus, let's say, like ball pythons or Burmese pythons or whatever, the eggs, they have a much longer period of time that it takes to actually germinate. No, to grow the embryo into a full developed baby. So one of the most important things is basically making sure your incubator is reliable, and temperature fluctuations are basically going to spell doom. Basically, almost in most animal eggs, but monitors specifically. So if I'm going to incubate monitor eggs, I'm pretty much looking for 86 degrees. 86, you can do Ackies, you can do green tree monitors, whatever. 86 degrees is safe. And basically, so you want a good incubator, whether you build the incubator or you buy it from Animal Plastics or whatever. So don't try to incubate monitor eggs just at some room temperature in some shoddy incubator. So if you are successful and you're actually able to get any eggs and you throw them in a bad incubator, you've basically just ruined your success. So what I basically do is I use Hatchright, and oh really? Drippy wet just like your face. So okay, so I'm using Hatchright. You see that? It's a nice.
And you put it in a container of water. Is that to
Yeah,
keep
I
it more
do.
constant and also to keep the humidity high?
Okay, so the critical things here are basically we want to maintain constant humidity of a certain level. So if I were to let my eggs start out moist and then dry out and then moisten back up periodically, if I'm not doing due diligence, and generally I'm demented and I'm all over the place, I can't monitor my eggs all the time because I breed all sorts of different reptiles and stuff like that. So I want something that's a little bit more reliable. So I get this bin right here. This bin has 13 eggs in it. So
I think that's what happened with my monitor eggs for the most part, is the humidity was fluctuating and it made the shells really hard. So the babies couldn't actually hatch out when it was time.
These are only about a day or two old. So basically, what I like to do is, so if I take this little bin, I'll put a layer of Hatchright on the bottom. So Hatchright is basically, it's perlite with something added which holds moisture, and I think it's almost like those water crystals. So they do it together, but it basically makes a nice happy medium. So pretty much out of the bag, not always, but out of the bag, it's pretty much the right consistency. I do believe to go on the side of a little bit drier than a little bit wetter. It's very hard to rescue a wet egg. So you can see it's kind of just holding together if I try to make a snowball, but it starts crumbling apart. Well anyways, so what I do is I put down a layer of substrate. That could be like an inch. Jason knows all about inches.
Yeah, inches.
And then we put all the eggs down, and then we put the rest of the media on top of it, and I like to pack it down, know about that too.
Kevin knows all about packing.
No. And so then I put it into the bin, and then I take this and I put it in another bin with a little bit of water.
And this has some small holes drilled on the side just to help the humidity fluctuate through. And
Yeah. So a couple other things. When you get your eggs, sometimes so you got this egg, and I do videos on what is a good monitor egg, or what does a good snake egg, or whatever egg look like. And sometimes we're so excited about breeding monitors. As soon as we see eggs, we're, oh, that's great and whatever. And I'm like looking at people's pictures and videos, and I'm like, they're gonna find out about a week that egg is no good. And so if you take the egg, you set it up. About a week to 10 days later, you can come through with a good flashlight in a dark room, and you kind of shine it through the egg. And if you see any kind of blood vessel attaching itself, there we go. We now know that we have some fertility. Another thing is, when you get your eggs, you might want to take a pencil, mark the top of your eggs, and when you're putting it into the bin, just try to maintain that top point, and don't 2 months later go look through your eggs and start rolling them or doing any of that kind of crazy stuff, because that's actually really bad. But these are basically the fundamentals and the basics of monitor eggs. But they are tricky. They do take about 6 months to hatch. Sometimes actually they could take over 200 and something days. It's really, really weird. There might be some variation in macromaculata and bivitatis and stuff like that. I don't really know enough why sometimes I have clutches, but I breed both, bivitatis and macro, and then I breed them together and stuff like that. So maybe one just takes a little bit longer.
Cool. Well, that was monitor egg incubation. If you like the videos, keep commenting, keep liking them, keep subscribing, and then visit New England Reptile Distributors, their YouTube, Facebook.
Yeah, I only have I have 5 subscribers. No one likes me.
No one likes
They
me.
don't even know that I'm around. I need to start doing some clickbait.
This is actually a plug for Kevin. We want to get him some subscribers.
Yeah,
so.
I need friends. No one likes me.
All right.
You
Nice.
say goodbye.
Thank you.
Say goodbye.